Feel the raw power. Have you ever imagined commanding a steel beast in the wild? At Coca Tech, it's not just a job, it's an adventure. No room for mistakes, no second chances, just precision and guts. Are you ready to take on the challenge? An aerial assassination at 53 meters high, where a 50-meter-long super excavator gently caresses each brick of the chimney like a neurosurgeon, wielding a crane, controlling a massive steel arm, swaying tons of iron more than 100 feet in the air, yet still tapping each brick like playing a game of Jenga. Now that's elite skill. No chaos, no panic, just cold-blooded precision, deadly accuracy, and a symphony of collapse conducted by golden hands. The ultimate crushing showdown at the landfill is on. The JD-1050J, a steel-clad beast, doesn't just roll over pickups, it devours them like a bored giant snacking. One pass, frames buckle. Two passes, rooftops crumple like tissue paper. And the craziest part? That dozer doesn't even flinch.
That Toyota's tough.
Was a full-blown deliberate slide with a 60-degree slope. At first glance, you would think it was an accident, but it was not much of a technical skill on the part of the operator. And in the end, he was still safe and the excavator intact. The steel roar of the 125-ton Komatsu P C1250 shakes the ground. In its grip, the latest jaws of doom from Hydroram, a monstrous crusher that chomps like a hungry beast at breakfast. It doesn't break, it tears. Doesn't smash, it pulverizes. One bite in concrete crumbles like crackers. There are no apartments here yet, but faith is already rising from the crunch of shattered steel. This is a violent beginning for a comfortable future. Who says demolition can't be romantic? The heart-stopping action scenes you are seeing are fortunately not accidents that do not affect the driver or the vehicles, but surely the driver is as scared as you are. Dusseldorf Harbor, where metal doesn't retire, it sets sail. The giant crane swings like a sumo wrestler, lifting tons of scrap metal and placing them gently onto the ship's deck like wrapping Christmas gifts. No smoke, no fireworks, just the rhythm of steel, the heartbeat of industry, and the hypnotic clink-clank of rebirth in motion. This isn't just loading cargo, it's a grand farewell dance of old steel, heading off on an epic journey of transformation. The Mike Simmons Crusher is here, and that poor van has no idea what just hit it. A brutal welcome, steel ripped apart like paper, wheels flying like fireworks on New Year's Eve. This isn't a show, this is a death sentence for any fly-tipping offenders. The van that was once the culprit, now the victim. And Mike Simmons doesn't need words, just pure, crushing power. Welcome to Bradford-style justice, where fines mean getting crushed, right here, right now.
This van had been identified with occurrences of fly tipping. The van was located to go fly tipping, and this is what has happened in this occurrence. And this is the outcome. We're taking it extremely seriously, and we will seize and crush vehicles.
The steel storm is coming, and it's the Excavator FH 450.3, Brazil's longest-reaching excavator, with an arm extending 16 meters from the tracks. This isn't just an excavator, it's the construction site's superhero, breaking through barriers, reaching heights and distances that ordinary excavators can only dream of. With the FH 450.3, you won't need to worry about space or height anymore. Just bring the job, and it will handle everything. Giant Caterpillar D8R, a bulldozer that's not only powerful, but incredibly precise in its work. No obstacle can stand in the way of this beast. A massive rock is just sitting there, and in seconds, D8R moves it like it's a small stone. Explosive power, a roaring engine, and a steel arm pushing everything in its path. Not just a bulldozer, the D8R is the hero of the construction site. From mining to construction, it can clear anything in its way, turning every challenge into child's play. It's a full-on battle with the flooded ditch and stubborn dirt. Just a glance at the V bucket with rototilt, and you'll understand that behind every storm and flood, there's an invisible force at work. Imagine this, one swipe, and that clogged ditch, the source of all the trouble, is wiped out. This isn't just your average cleanup. It's the storm of modern technology tackling the aftermath of Hurricane Florence. If only you could beam you down, this ditch would have been solved in no time. The mighty monster machine is coming down the mountain for the first time. What a sight to behold. If it had a bit more contact with the slope, it would definitely be more stable, but watch out, because if you take that route, the hydraulic system might hit the red light before it even reaches the bottom.
아, 됐네.
시스템 대야돼우리 지나면 아, 이게 진짜 보일까요?
The Coca Tech BA600, a true beast when it hits Gibraltar. With its ability to dredge down to 21 meters, it doesn't just dig, it stirs up everything in its path. Imagine it like a star performing its final move. Not just an excavator, but a controlled force of nature. And if you're job hunting, this mud-sucking gig is one you can't miss. The BA600, the leader in every race, even if you've already operated its sister to the Dredge Cornelius. Have you ever seen scenes like this? Yes, today you will be thrilled with Coca Tech. The suspension of two tall buildings by an excavator. The operator must have a lot of experience, toughness, and courage. And the ending. The Scania R620, the ultimate transport beast, is invading Valpola. And it's not alone. Right alongside is the giant Komatsu PC600, a top-tier excavator ready to conquer any challenge. Imagine watching this powerful truck teaming up with a colossal excavator, working together to break all limits. And everything from Sondrio to Valpola will have no choice but to make way. The destruction excavator charms, aka Elks Building in Asbury Park, New Jersey, it's mind-blowing. A demolition scene that's absolutely mesmerizing, but a perfect mistake, proving that even the giants can make missteps, yet it keeps viewers glued to the screen. Oh no, the poke lane machine, Golu PC, is stuck in the mud. A dramatic disaster as this beast can't escape the muck. But don't worry, Golu PC is no quitter. With its strength and unexpected mud trapping skills, there's sure to be an unbelievable rescue in the works. The Caterpillar 320L. Traco, a true monster of an excavator, is executing an absolutely impressive demolition. With every swing of its arm, those oak trees are ready to take flight. The giant long-reach excavator is absolutely tearing through that floating alligator grass. Every scoop looks like a storm hitting the waterway. And let's not forget the operator. Fast, precise, and on point. This is a flawless performance in action. The giant arms of the excavator at Feslik and Yailasa and Talia are breaking apart massive rocks like they're peeling jackfruit. Each powerful strike is like a storm, cracking the stones as if shattering all limits. Absolutely incredible. These monsters don't just dig, they make everything around them step aside.
Hüseyin nerede? güzel oldu ya.